Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Up first, we take on Watford away from home in the Premier League, which we will certainly be playing considering it's an away game. We then face off against Burnley, also away from home, in our first game in the Carabao Cup, which of course, it's a chance of getting another piece of silverware, or at least getting further in a competition to line us up for a piece of silverware, which of course is the Carabao Cup. And this year, it's our last season at Liverpool, so we will be doing our utmost best to first of all go as far as we can in competitions, and second of all, try and win every piece of silverware available to us, which then leaves us with the simulated game, which is the last game in today's episode, back at Anfield, where we take on Newcastle United. But before we dive into the action in today's episode, we've got a few things to do. Number one, my favourite part will be jumping over to the comment section, and number two, we have some straw polls to look over. So as we look over at the comment section, I asked you guys to vote on 2 straw polls, which was my comment, which we'll look over in just a moment's time. But the first comment coming in from Hassan Abati saying, fan objective, win the Premier League and Champions League. And the other fan objective, he said, is score 100 goals with the front three and have the best defence in the league. Score 100 goals with the front three is going to be difficult, considering Sadio Mane is currently out already, unfortunately. He did pick up an injury for 6 weeks very early on into Season 2. And win the Premier League and Champions League, that's a massive shout, but I will be discussing the fan objectives in just a moment's time. Next comment coming in from Madaliso, is that how you pronounce your name? We'll call him Theo. It does say his second part of his username is Theo. So Theo says, win the quadruple, which I think he means the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Champions League, and also the Premier League. I'm guessing that's what he means with the quadruple. We've already won the UEFA Super Cup early on into the start of this career. Next comment coming in from Theo again, saying keep over 30 clean sheets. That will be a great fan objective for Alisson between the sticks. Another comment coming in from Hassan saying sign Barco. He is amazing. I think he was talking about signing Barco because unfortunately Sadio Mane, our left winger, is out. And Ryan Kent picked up an injury where he's out for, I do believe, was it 4 months he's out for? So unfortunately right now we only have David Neres, but I do have a little bit of a backup which we'll discuss after we've talked about the straw polls. Ethan saying best YouTuber and a legend. Ethan, you brighten up my day every single time you comment. Best YouTuber and a legend. I'm not sure about that, but I do appreciate it very much. And last comment coming in from Gage Whittaker, who has got a fair few fan objectives, which I suppose we can talk about the fan objectives as we talk about this comment. But he's gone, Si Senor, score at least 15 goals with Bobby Firmino. Captain Fantastic, I like this one. Win the Premier League with Jordan Henderson so we can lift it. I like that one. Keep clean sheet, keep 20 clean sheets. Well, we did have a comment earlier from Theo saying keep 30 clean sheets, so we could go down the middle with 25. The Dutch best, which is score 10 headers with Virgil van Dijk. That is a tough one because scoring headers on FIFA 20 is not easy. Score 60 goals altogether between Mane, Salah and Firmino. Well, we had a comment earlier from Hassan saying score 100 goals. We could go down the middle there and go with 80. And then finally, he says, just a few ideas. Keep up the amazing work, Brad. Well, I will keep up the amazing work, guys. I appreciate all the support from you guys. And also, last week on Friday, there was a video uploaded for the Pro Clubs trailer. If you guys have an Xbox One, a headset, and would like to get involved in being in videos regarding Pro Clubs on FIFA 20, make sure you go and watch that video and answer the questions down below in the comment section, the ones that I have left. Moving on to the first straw poll. We put a straw poll out at the start of Season 2, and as I click my fingers, it'll be on screen for you guys now. And it says, what should we do regarding the transfer budget in Season 2 at Liverpool FC? Now, you guys have already seen which ones won, but it was between use the players and squad we currently have, so keep it realistic, or splash the cash and go unrealistic. So, we did have, if we quickly go over to the office, we had 241 million to spend. 14 of you guys have voted, and it was closer than I thought it was going to be. But the outstanding winner is use the current players and squad we have with 8 votes, and splash the cash comes second with 6 votes. So we will be using the squad that we have, and one of the players that's on the bench, because Ryan Kent's out, I'll show you in just a moment's time. He is the reason that he's in the team, because we are going to use the players and the squad that we currently have, and we'll have to just do our best. The next straw poll we move on to is, do you want to see pre/post match interviews? It was between no, cut them out, And yes, leave them in. There's only been 3 votes on this straw poll. I'm not sure why a lot of you didn't vote, but there is a clear outstanding winner, and that is no cut them out with 3 votes. So you guys moving forwards now, and I think when we get into season 2 at Dortmund, I'll also do the same. Moving forward in the Liverpool career mode, you won't see any more pre-match interviews or post-match interviews. I'll do them, but I'll just cut them out. And then in the Dortmund career mode, when we hit season 2, I'll also do the same in that career mode because I feel it's what you guys want. But as we talk about fan objectives, I told you guys that by episode 25, which is the one that you're watching right now, is episode 25. If we didn't have enough fan objectives, we wouldn't be doing it. We do have enough fan objectives. The only problem is, and I did ask you guys to leave some, we don't now have enough forfeits or giveaways for those fan objectives. There's so many so many fan objectives. So Hassan, thank you so much. Theo, thank you so much. Gage, thank you so much. You guys have smashed the fan objectives. So good job on that. But what I need from you guys now is some forfeits for if we don't complete those fan objectives. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to do or whether we can just dive into this episode. I asked you guys, can we smash 50 views and 10 likes within 24 hours on the last episode? You guys done it. So can we do it again? Good job on that. You guys are absolutely smashing it when it comes to the views and likes, especially because we're getting it within 24 hours. So thank you so much for that. I think I'm quite happy to dive into today's episode. So first, we are taking on Watford away from home in the Premier League. We've started off the Premier League pretty decent, and we're not going to be ending the transfer window in today's episode. We'll be finishing the Newcastle game. We'll then be on the 31st. But let's go ahead and now get into this Watford game. We don't have a post-match interview or a pre-match interview before we take on Watford, so I'm quite happy to just dive straight in to the fun part of today's video, which of course for you guys is the gameplay. Now you'll see Neres has come in at the left wing position. We're now missing Sadio Mane for another 5 weeks and Ryan Kent for I think 2 or 3 months. Quickly may as well touch up on, in the last episode, at the end of the episode, we also signed a brand new keeper from our youth academy. We will look to train him up and potentially play him in a couple of games as well. But we are going with David Neres out on the left wing, Divock Origi at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gini Wijnaldum linking up with the captain Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we got Marko Grujic in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip and Trent at the back, with Alisson between the sticks. The team has had to been a little bit rotated up. Obviously, Bobby Firmino wasn't fully fit, so we've had to brought Divock in. At left wing, I think you pronounce his name Ajaria. He's only a young kid, but he can play left mid and left wing. He is now going to be the backup to David Neres. But we're taking on Watford at Vicarage Road. We've started off the Premier League pretty decent. I'm hoping we can continue that up next. Come on, lads. It's been about a week since I've recorded the Liverpool career mode. I'm ready to jump back into it. I am loving both career modes we have on the go right now. The Liverpool career mode, the Dortmund career mode. We're doing bits in both of them. And I'm really excited because it's a brand new season at Liverpool. It's our last season. And we're going to be so focused on winning as much as we can. Of course, in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, we will be playing a very rotated team. A lot of kids getting in there, like Curtis Jones, Ben Woodburn, Harry Wilson, Ryan Brewster up top. Minamino will be playing a lot of the young players that don't necessarily get into the starting 11 or on the bench. And hopefully they'll do a decent job and potentially help us win some smaller cups compared, or smaller silverware compared to the Premier League and Champions League. But it is going to be Watford to get us kicked off in this first half period. Let's get it on the way. And come on, Redmen, let's do over Watford and make a great start to today's episode. Marko Grujic going out wide now. We're going to lose the ball there now to Sarr, unfortunately. As Sarr starts coming forward, it's a great strike from Sarr. And Alisson with a comfortable save. Got down nice and quick, nice and low. Uh-oh, got to be careful here. Schleyer going to put it in behind here for success, maybe. Robertson going to stay tight to him. Like he done. Gini coming across. Here's the core. Gini going to do very well to pick that ball up and play it up now to Divock. Through there now to Neres. We're going to go through to Mo Salah. Mo Salah's going to get away. I'm going to have Divock towards the back post. Divock Origi towards the back. Played in. Referee. It's going to be a penalty, and so it should. Red card. Straight red for Jonas Hector. It's his debut as well. Wow. Jonas Hector takes him out. It's a straight red on his debut for Watford. They've had to now take it off. Isaac success. And by looks of it, bring on another defender. It's a great start for us. We've got a penalty after 16 minutes. We don't need to know how to take penalties. Mo Salah is going to step up for this one. Mo Salah. We're going to look. Let's go top right if we can. It's so difficult to take penalties now. Let's go Mo Salah. Mo Salah. Buries it. Beautiful. Beautiful taken penalty. And our Egyptian king Mo Salah gives us the lead 1-0 after just 16 minutes. It's Henderson. Mo Salah. In now to Divock, who's going to get round this man. Divock Origi lets fly. Just wide a goal from the big man Divock. Grujic going to play it through there now to Divock. Tried to find that ball through there. Unfortunately, it's going to be cleared out from Auburn. And it is going to be blown for half-time at Vicarage Road. 1-0 probably isn't enough for me right now. I think we're certainly being the better team. But I feel like we could have scored maybe 2 or 3 in this game. Sadly, it just hasn't come yet. But I think we are going to jump into the second half period with Divock Origi kicking us off. If we keep doing what we're doing, we're controlling the game well. We're getting through on goal nicely. We're just sadly not putting them in the back of the net right now. But we will certainly look to push on and do a little bit more of that. Let's get Neres out here. Ball going to come in. Van Dijk's on it. And let's go, Neres. You've got to go, son. You've got to go. Just push, push, push. Neres is going to be gone here. Sar's going to try and chase him down. But Neres is going to be gone. Here comes Neres on the inside now to Gini Wijnaldum. Gini through a goal. It's a great save from Ben Foster, who's denied us again. There we go. Now go through to Henderson. There we go. We've got a few of their players out here. We'll look at pushing on now. Go on, Hendo. Go on, Mo. Go on. Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo. Through the middle. Mo Salah. He's going to be offside, isn't he? I knew as soon as I was about to hit it, he's slightly offside. But that's okay, because we can use this opportunity now to make some subs since we're at 70 minutes. So, Salah, we want to keep nice and fit. So we'll take Salah off and bring on Harry Wilson. You can see there, that's the man I was talking about. Ajaria, he plays centre mid and left mid, but he can play at left wing. Pretty decent agility, pretty decent ball control, finesse shot, technical dribbler. He's what we need out on the wings, realistically. And as you guys said, you don't want me to splash the cash, so we have to work with what we've got. Where do we go from here, though? We've also got Minamino that I could, I suppose, always play out. He plays left mid. I could play him on the left wing. I think what we'll do is we'll take Gini off and bring on Naby Keita. And I think the last move, I'm going to give Divock another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to bring Minamino on at striker for the last 10 minutes and see if he can do anything. Fresh legs of Minamino could potentially get in behind, cause Watford some problems. Here's Naby Keita out wide now to Trent. We're going to look at pushing on here now. If Minamino wants to go, he's not going to go just yet. Minamino's wanting to go now, though. Let's play a ball in on the best side. And Minamino, referee! Minamino's been taken out there! Oh, ref! How? How has the linesman and ref not seen that? Let's just go to an instant replay. Let's go to Brad's VAR. Right. Hide that. We're going to target the ball. That is absolutely unbelievable. Ball played in. Minamino gets there. He's missed the ball. He goes to kick the ball, the defender Auburn. Goes to kick it. Kicks the back of Minamino. Who then, he falls to the floor. Takes out Minamino. And we've been given nothing for that. Ref, he didn't even get the ball. Plays it backwards to Cleverley, into Schleer. Come on, ref. 2 minutes added on. There we go. We're going to get the result. We have to really fight that one out, if I'm completely honest. 1-0 was not good enough for me, but we'll take it. I mean, Watford done very well, down to 10 men, and they only conceded 1 goal. Realistically, I'm sure, as we look at the stats, I mean, if we hadn't got that penalty, we wouldn't have won that game. It could have ended 0-0 there. Realistically, on paper, we deserve to win. 7 shots, 5 on target, compared to their 4 shots, 3 on target. Mo Salah, once again, picks up man of the match with an 8.9 and does score from the penalty spot. Very happy of how that Liverpool team played. Even though it was only a 1-0, it was a tough game. We sorted out. We defended well. We got them on the counter quite a few times. We should have potentially had another penalty with Minamino getting taken out late into the second half, but we didn't. We fought hard. We got the win. That is the most important thing. Right, and you guys know from previous Liverpool career modes, when it's come to the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, I've always played youngsters and rotated teams. And then as we get further into the competition, I've always tended to then strengthen up that team and pretty much go for it and go on to try and win it. Sadly, in Season 1, we didn't win neither the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Our youngsters were knocked out. But I'm still going to have faith, and I'm still going to expect a few of these players to really outshine and show me why they should be able to break into the starting 11. Now, we haven't got, realistically, an easy opponent. It's only round 2 of the Carabao Cup. We're already taking on Burnley, which are not an easy team, and probably overall have probably 70 to maybe 83, 84 overall rating. We've really rotated the team, and as you can see, I'm giving a start to many players that you guys may not have ever seen in a Liverpool career mode before, because I want to give the kids a chance to prove themselves. The likes of Ajario out in that left wing position. Obviously, David Neres is our only left winger right now. So Ajario is coming in. He can play left mid. Shouldn't really be playing left wing, but I'm going to give him a chance out there, and then maybe we'll have to look at something else. Curtis Jones coming in the central midfield to play alongside Bruno Fernandes. We've got Pedro Chirivella at the CDM position. Van Berg, Hoover, Larouci, Adrian between the sticks. Players that are really young or don't necessarily get into the starting 11 are in this team, and I'm hoping they're going to do a decent job at Turf Moor. But we are going with Ajaria out on the left wing position, Minamino at striker, Wilson out on the right wing, Bruno Fernandes linking up with Curtis Jones, the Scouser, in the central midfield roles. A little deeper, we've got the Spanish man Pedro Chirivella in the central defensive midfield, and then Larouci, Lovren, Van der Berg and Hoover at the back with Adrian between the sticks. Larouci's getting to a position now where he will be a great understudy and backup for Robertson. And now in over 74 overall. We've played him in pre-season. We played him in a few games last season. And of course, we've been training him. He's pretty much there about. Hoover a little bit far behind. I'd like to see him probably come into the low 70s in this season. But I'm excited to see what Larouci and Ajaria can do on that left side of this team. Come on, lads. Do you know what? I forgot to say to you guys that with the straw poll, when 8 of you voted compared to the 6 of stick with what we've got and let's play with the squad that we've got, I was so happy with that, because in so many career modes, we've splashed the cash, we've brought in big signings, whereas in this career mode, David Neres, Bruno Fernandes, Minamino, and apart from that, we haven't really gone out and splashed the cash throughout the whole team. We've worked well with what we've got. We've brought Bruno Fernandes in because I felt like sometimes Liverpool missed that link between the midfield and the front three, and Bruno Fernandes and Naby Keita does bring that for us. Gini and Henderson more of defensive-minded. We, of course, then look to bring in a left winger because we only had Sadio Mane. Ryan Kent was fabulous, but we'd already bought David Neres to come in the January transfer window, and he just rotated with Ryan Kent. But it looks like they've got Kasper Dolberg. By the looks of it, Burnley are playing a pretty decent, strong team with Kasper Dolberg up top and kicking us off in his first half. From the Ajax road to glory that we've done, we know that Dolberg's going to be a deadly, deadly man up top for Burnley. Seb Van Berg's on it, nicely done. Lovren going to clear that out. We're only going to play it back into the path of Kasper Dolberg, who's now going to put it into Jay Rodriguez, who just heads wide of goal. Sean Dyche will not be happy with that. In waiting for Minamino to go. Minamino is going to get on the better of Long. Minamino on the inside. Minamino strikes, and it's a great save from Nick Pope. Thought Minamino put that in the back of the net. Let it off now to Minamino. Go out wide now to Ajaria, who's wanting to go. This is beautiful. Ajaria going to hold this up on the inside now to Minamino. It's a great run from Minamino, who's took too much of a heavy touch. And Nick Pope collects that one. Here's O'Neill. Down to Jay Rodriguez. Van Beek's going to watch that run in behind. We should have slid in sooner. It's a rocket from Jay Rodriguez, and Burnley take the lead. Great ball in there. Straight across. No one's there. Seb Van Beek's committed moving forward. And Jay Rodriguez buries it in the 34th minute. We do find ourselves now 1-0 down. Jory are doing very well. Going to hold this up. Little ball in now. Looking for Minamino in the middle. It's cleared away. Chirivella's going to take this one down. Over now to Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson on his left foot looks to Ben Wood. Oh, it's just wide of goal. Curtis Jones now helping out his defensive duties. Ball going to come in. Set Van Berg's there. Is Larouci. We've struggled a little bit in that first half. I understand that we're playing low-rated players. I understand we're playing the kids. These players don't tend to play with each other week in and week out. We are 1-0 down. I am going to change up Jones. He hasn't done too much, and he's looking a little bit tired in the midfield already. Obviously, his stamina is not very great if we take a look at it. 56, so he's already starting to struggle. So we are going to drop him out now. We're not going to go over the top just yet. We'll look at bringing. We'll bring the Ox on. I'm not going to bring like Salah and Shaqiri or Salah and Milner or Salah and Brewster on just yet. We may look at bringing the big guns on a little bit later. Maybe bring Mo Salah at striker. Maybe bring Lallana on to help through the midfield. I'm not too sure yet, but for now, just the one change, Curtis Jones for the Ox, because we are 1-0 down. But as we get the second half kicked off with Minamino, let's get it on the way. Come on, Lovren, come and attack it. Well done, Lovren, keep going. Well done, Ox. Let's play it through now to Ajaria. Should have really looked to go straight over to Harry Wilson. Dink one in now for Harry Wilson. And if Dakabi doesn't get there, Harry Wilson's on the end of it. Lovren again. Come on. Ball in. Lovren, you've got to get on this one, son. Lovren's cleared out as far as Pedro Chirivella, who's going to look to head it on. Here's the Ox. Over now to Bruno Fernandes, who's going to line one up with a finesse shot just over the bar. Come on, lads. Let's up our game here. On the inside now, Bruno Fernandes to the Ox. Into Minamino. Through there now. Go through now to the Ox. The Ox through on goal. Go on, Ox. Follow it in. Yes! There we go. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain brings it back to level terms. Well, it only took a few changes and bringing on one big gun. Mo Salah to Minamino. Minamino through to Mo Salah. Back to the Ox, who smashes it at Nick Pope, who only palms it into the air. But Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain does follow it in and puts it in the back of the net. Now we need to push on to get the win. I got Mo Salah through the middle. Is Mo Salah onside? I hope he is. He's not. He's offside. That was a great run from Mo Salah. Just didn't find him quick enough. Said Van Beek. Through now to Pedro Chirivella. I've got no options here. Let's go over now to Bruno Fernandes. He's going to roll this man over to Milner. Milner going straight up the line now for Minamino. Minamino coming in behind. This is beautiful. Here comes Minamino. Going to cut this back. Minamino looking for someone. Edge of the box for Harry Wilson. Gets a shot off. It's blocked and cleared out. Oh, the ref's going to blow as well. Penalty shootout. This is going to be difficult, but I'm glad I got Mo Salah on the pitch. It's straight to penalties. Oh, this is difficult. Bruno Fernandes will be taking the first penalty. Kasper Dolberg. Come on, Adrian. Kasper Dolberg. He's hit the post and it's in. Oh, it didn't go in. It didn't go in. I don't understand. Come on, Bruno. You need to bury this, son. Come on, Bruno. Bury it. Oh, it's a save. Well saved. Here's Wells. Come on. Yes, we save it with Adrian. Come on, Millie. Bury it, son. Come on, Millie. Bury it. Oh, it's saved again. I should have went a different way. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He's put it over. 5 penalties missed so far. Harry Wilson going to try something a little bit different here. Harry Wilson goes top left. It's beautiful. Harry Wilson scores. Come on, McNeil against Adrian. McNeil. Oh, he puts it straight down the middle. It's a great penalty. Mo Salah. Mo Salah going to look to tuck it away in that bottom left corner. He does. It's 2-1. We saved this one and we've got it. Peters steps up for Burnley. Adrian. Oh, Adrian went the right way. We just need to score this one now and it's over. The Ox who got us the one goal we needed. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain looks to bury it. Oh, it's saved. How? Is O'Neill? We've got to keep going. O'Neill. Oh, we score this and it's over. And Minamino's on it. Minamino. Minamino. Oh, Nick Pope saves it. We're going again. Oh, how have we not saved it? We have to score to win this. We have to score. And it's Dejan Lovren. Dejan Lovren.
He saved it in the shootout to make certain of their presence in the next round.
Oh, it's a great save. He's a hero. Look how happy his teammates are.
He dives to the right every single shot. And the one time we don't go to the right, he stays down the middle. We're knocked out of the Carabao Cup on penalties. I mean, look at the stats. We don't even deserve to be knocked out, you know. 10 shots, double the amount of shots they had. 5 shots on target for us. They only had 2. We had 3 more shots on target. Double their shots. And we still, sadly, only managed a 1-1 draw. And then we lose 3-2 on penalties. Absolutely devastated. I'm devastated because I wanted to go as far as we could in season 2. This is my last season at Liverpool and I wanted to go out on a bang. But you know what? We played a weakish team. We played a lot of rotated players. We played a lot of young players. and we fought our heart out, and unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the goal scorer, does pick up man of the match with an 8.4 rating. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and we are knocked out very early on of the Carabao Cup. Well, I'm absolutely devastated. I'm gutted in my season 2 because I know this is the last season I'm doing at Liverpool on FIFA 20. Of course, FIFA 21 rolls round. I'll be back at Liverpool, but this is my last season, and I was hopeful I was going to go out on a bang, and I was going to look to win as much as we can. And obviously, one of the fan objectives may well have been, if I'd have done it in today's episode, to go on and win the quad. And we'd already have lost that fan objective. Now I'm debating whether I do fan objectives for the Liverpool career mode at all, because one of them I was doing was going for the quad, and, well, we can't achieve that already, so by the time we do it, we've already failed it. But I am gutted. I am generally gutted because I like playing the kids, and that's what Klopp's done in real life. He's playing the likes of Curtis Jones and Rhian Brewster, and if Harry Wilson was here, he'd be playing him, Ben Woodburn, he'd be playing players like that. And we had a few big guns to bring on, and I did bring them on, and they did make a difference, but it just wasn't enough. And I'm gutted that we're out of the Carabao Cup so early on, and especially to a Premier League team in Burnley on penalties as well, especially because they missed their first 3 penalties. What an absolute nightmare. But sadly, we have to move on. We have to get past it, and we have to focus on the last game in today's episode, which is a home against Newcastle United. Now, I have noticed something, a bit of a similar pattern to Season 1. Spurs have played 4 games, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Won 4 games. I'm hoping it's not glitched like in the Dortmund career mode. I know it's still early on and anything can happen, but Bayern Munich in our Dortmund career mode are glitched and haven't lost a single game as we are close to the end of Season 1 at Dortmund. Spurs smashed it in Season 1 and were really our head-to-head team in the fight to the Premier League title. And they're already 4 wins out of 4. So we really, in games like this against Newcastle, the simulated games, we really have to up our game, focus, and make sure we get the win. And hopefully now, coming back to our usual starting 11, minus unfortunately Sadio Mane out on the left wing, I'm hoping we can do just that. But we have gone with David Neres out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino striker, Salah out on the right wing, Junior Wijnaldum linking up with the captain Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we're back with the Brazilian man Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. EA gods, be kind. We just lost to Burnley on penalties. Don't stick that knife in any further than it needs to go. It was already enough heartbreak. Please let the players warm up and give us that win. 3-0. I will take that. Thank you very, very much. Now, unfortunately, the highlights, we can't see all the goals, but we can see that Robertson, Salah, again, Salah, I think, has scored in every single Premier League game so far, and Divock Origi managed to get on the score sheet. Shocking one coming there from Andy Robertson. Don't expect him to be on the score sheet too much, but as you can see from the highlights on the right, Dwight Gale missed a penalty in the 60th minute. By then, we were already 2-0 up anyway. Divock Origi come on in the 61st minute for Bobby Firmino, and only 6 minutes later, scored for us, putting us 3-0 up. So very happy with that result. Lascelles did unfortunately pick up an injury for Newcastle in the 62nd minute. Hopefully he's not too badly injured. And then, of course, a few subs in there with Naby Keita coming on for Henderson in the 87th minute. And apart from that, another yellow card, and the game was seen out. We do manage to beat Newcastle at home in the simulated game 3-0. That has kind of lifted my spirits a little bit, but I'm still heartbroken that we're knocked out of the Carabao Cup. So I was going to finish the transfer window in the next episode, but we kind of know where we're at. You guys didn't want me to splash the cash. You wanted me to work with the team and squad that we've got. A lot of the youngsters like Ben Woodburn, Curtis Jones, Harry Wilson, a lot of those players came back from loan from Season 1. And we're going to look to use them and exploit them in Season 2. So we weren't looking to spend any money. We weren't going to splash the 240 million that we've got in the bank. And with 1 hour to go, I can now advance that final hour and can happily say we haven't bought any players in this transfer window. And I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with this team. But what we will do, I've just seen transfer injury. Okay, it's only Nathaniel Klein. We are having a nightmare with injuries, and an injury occurred in training. Unfortunately, Nathaniel Klein has suffered a pulled hamstring. The initial assessment from our medical department is that he'll be out for 3 weeks. 3 weeks isn't too bad because we've got Trent and then we've got Hoover. But this is the problem. We had Mane go out, then we had Ryan Kent go out. We are struggling with injuries and a lot of them in training. What are we doing? Are we making them run for miles in a desert or something? Absolutely ridiculous. But as we do end today's episode, we are finishing again top of the Premier League, currently joint with Spurs, West Ham and Arsenal on 12 points, 4 games played, 4 wins. West Ham doing very well there, and that top 6 looking a lot better than it did at the start of season 1, because we had some crazy teams like Norwich and Bournemouth and Newcastle were in the top 6, whereas there, apart from West Ham probably getting swapped out for a Chelsea, that probably looks like a decent top 6 there. West Ham doing very well at the start of the season. Maybe that's because they've brought David Moyes in real life, and he's doing bits at the club for them currently. As we go over to the calendar and to finish on today's episode, we will look at the next 3 games in the next episode. We will be taking on Fulham away from home. We take on PSG in our first game in the Champions League group stage, and then we're back at home for the game against Norwich. So unfortunately, we don't get to choose again. We're going to be playing the Fulham game because it's away from home. We're, of course, playing the first game in the Champions League against PSV, and then we'll be simulating that game back at Anfield against Norwich. I don't personally want to keep simulating the home games because I do like playing at Anfield, but unfortunately, the way the games are falling right now, we're sadly having to. Now, depending on how well we do in the first 2 games against PSV and Napoli, it'll then depend how well we can look to simulate some of the Champions League games. I'm just going to go through to the month of October to see who our other team is. It's FC Porto. So Porto, Napoli and PSV are the teams that are in our group in the Champions League. But yeah, we will be playing Fulham, we will be playing PSV, and we'll be simulating that game against Norwich. A little bit disappointed in today's episode, if I'm completely honest. Gutted that we're knocked out of the Carabao Cup. We'll have the FA Cup kicking off in January, but for now, between September and January, we can focus on the Premier League and focus on the Champions League. We did, of course, win the Champions League in Season 1. We're going to be looking to win the Premier League in Season 2. That is the main focus. My focus is on the Premier League. If we have to give up games in the Champions League to be knocked out, if we have to give up games to be knocked out of the FA Cup, although in the FA Cup I'll be playing a team very similar to what we did in the Carabao Cup, a very rotated and young side. But my main focus is the Premier League in Season 2. I want to win it. I would have, of course, liked to have won as much as I could in Season 2 as a manager and our last managerial season in charge at Liverpool. But unfortunately, it's not meant to be. I am also now going to confirm, I appreciate all you guys leaving fan objectives, but unfortunately, with us crashing out of the Carabao Cup, I've decided I'm not going to do fan objectives for Season 2. So if you're still here at this point and you were going to leave a fan objective, forfeit or giveaway, don't. I apologise, but I'm not going to do it. I think that the fact we've just been knocked out so early on, and the fact that my vision is to just win the Premier League, not focus too much on the Champions League. Of course, I want to go as far as we can, but the FA Cup and Carabao Cup aren't my main 2 focuses. The Premier League and Champions League are. My main focus out of all of them is the Premier League. So unless we're just going to have one fan objective of winning the Premier League, which wasn't a fan objective, it was about doing the quadruple, and we've already lost that. So I'm going to make the decision, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to do fan objectives in Season 2, but I appreciate all you guys that did leave a fan objective for me to do. Maybe I'll come back and look at doing them in a future career mode with another team. So thank you so much. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, fan objectives are cancelled for Season 2 at Liverpool. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.